Hi there, I want to take a quick minute to just showcase a few of these stones here. These, I've got a selection of Sinew stones. A friend of mine pointed out, so I finally understood. This one actually goes, these were an original pair right here. All the marks lined up. But, that lines up there. This little mark lines up there. This profile is actually right here. So I'm pretty certain that these two went together, but let me get to the function of this stone on top. Now this is the before, but okay, let me show you. This line here was an axe strike, and you can see another tool strike right here to knock the pieces out. Anyway, this rock was purposely cracked all up, and these cracks are formed on purpose. These people knew their stone well, and they didn't crack it on accident. This is going to become one of these over time. This is another Sinew stone. It's a lap mounted version, or you can mount it on a stone like that one right there. This is a large anvil, and this is an attachment, which there are several of, like lots of different attachments. So you just sit it right there on the flat surface. So this one can go on the flat surface, or it can go in your lap. And see this is where it's been sharpened. Okay, you see this separation right here? That's where the thread is, the sinew, the thread, cattail leaves, I don't know, whatever you got, that, or possibly the whole carcass of deer. I have one over here, I believe it's for the whole carcass. So the size depends on the purpose. So you got tiny ones, like this one right here. Hold it right. See, this is where it's sharpened at, and this is sort of like a plow. It goes underneath, right underneath the deer skin, or between the fibers, whatever they may be. I have more here. So you see here's a ridge. This sort of guides it. This is your cutting surface, and it's pulled. It's got a sweet handle. This is a nice whole piece. And then you can pull. You can grab it with the other hand and pull it along, or however you want to do it. Okay, let's get to this piece here. This is another mountable version. It's got the flat bottom. I believe you can either put your foot here, step on it, and pull. This is where it's been sharpened at. See this rounded surface? It's like a tooth, just like a tooth on a chainsaw. You hit it with that round, and you can grind this roundness in there, grind it and grind it and grind it, and it'll get sharper and sharper and sharper as you go. So this is a very specific shape they have here with these. This has a few cracks in it too. I believe the thread is pulled back and forth along these lines right here to prepare it somehow. But anyway, let me keep moving on. I said this one. It's a lat mounted version or table mount. It's up to you. But here's where it's sharpened at repeatedly. It's been sharpened more than once. And so you pull the threads across. One will come up here and one will come around. So let's see. There should be marks here. You see the marks. As the thread is pulled around. This, and this is for a lot of other purposes too, but we'll get to those. We're just covering the sinew cutting purposes. Here's a pretty decent one. This will be the cutting surface here. It's got a lot of wear. And these are used for a lot of different things. So this is another purpose we'll get into. But here is where your sinew is being split. Right along here. And you see it's a perfect, just plow shape. And this, I'm sure it can be resharpened, or it's maybe perfect the way it is. And I believe a lot of these have these backs on them. Now this is a splitter right here. So, but I believe it's got these backs so you can kick it with your foot and really pull back with both hands on the deer skin and cut it. I'm not 100% sure, but I think that's for cutting something pretty tough. If you got to put your foot on it and kick it forward. Okay. Let's make this quick. I'm gonna show a few more of these. This is the bottom flat. It's perfectly flat. You can't. These people had quarries and they knew what they were doing. They would pull these. Okay. They didn't have cars and trucks, so the biggest stone they would use they would break the stones down at the quarry to what a man could carry. And then I defined earlier sort of my own personal microlith is what a man can carry, but now I'm going to change it to what a person can pick up. So this would be microlithic, what a person can pick up with one hand. Let me be more specific. So this would be a microlith, and this will be just lithic, because you're not going to use this with one hand. This is, well, now I'm splitting hairs, because this is, I'd say microlith, because it's a tool that you would have around the camp or at home, whereas I don't know if I would even take this. Okay, here's one you would take with you on a journey, as it were. See, these surfaces, I have no doubt these are for a lot of different purposes, but one of them is splitting. See, this is where it's sharpened, and this is your plow. So you get it in there, and you can just pull. You can pull right back on it, and just rip, let it rip. And I believe there's another one on here. Yep, right here. This is for your fibers, more fibers, I'd say, because you pull, and you can see the line where the stuff has been pulled quite a bit to here. And to here, to that point right there. It's like a little owl face or something. Can you see? Or a bird before this. Okay, this is a multi-function tool, so it's also been used as a striker in preparing stone tools. So you see where the tips tore up here. I bet it was like a bird effigy at one point. Anyway, I'm going to end it here. Just because I could probably go on forever, and I've basically shown you what the sinew stones are. Let me show you real quick. Let me show you the 2 points. This is one sharpening point, and it splits here, and then turn it around, and you got another sharpened point here. So it can be pulled around this surface here. You see, these lines are where fibers have been constantly pulled. I imagine that's to prepare them in some way. You want to go ahead and scrape them off as good as you can as you're making it, and then so you don't have to go back and scrape it too much on one of these areas. You'll scrape it as pretty good in the first go, and then turn it around and probably scrape the other side here. That's what I'm guessing. I don't know what you're scraping off, but there's something in this deer carcasses you got to scrape off. So I'm gonna leave it at that. And wait, let me leave it at this piece right here. See that flat surface there? Watch this. It's just too uncanny. It's just too uncanny to be an accident. And I'm looking at the screen. It's hard for me to do stuff with my hand out here. So it's a wonder. Did I show you the splitter on this one? I guess there'd be one there. But you look right here, you can see. I think I already said this one. Here's the splitter right here. Here's your surface where it's split apart. And all these will be made into more features that can be used for all kinds of different stuff. Okay, thanks a lot for watching, and I'll be back with more applications for all of these tools. Maybe I can start finding some, and maybe start, I don't know, making a few. We'll see. All right, thanks a lot.